Hello, hockey fans of all ages, shapes, and sizes. I wanted to talk about team composition today. And I guess I've commented in the past about like San Jose's lineup. And I feel like you should have three cornerstone pieces, whether that's two forwards and a defenseman, like, McDavid, Draisaitl, and a Bouchard. I know Ekholm's great too. That's no slight on him. I mean that he's going to get a big pay bump. Or you have mostly forwards, like the core four or whatever. I'm glad to hear that there's going to be a de-emphasis on the core four going forward. And it's just going to be the core or the whole team, which it should be, as I've commented in the past. And you got Morgan Rielly making 7, I want to say. All these guys making 10 mil. And the Shane Doan thing's interesting, as I commented before. I sort of see like, is he kind of coming in to make that easier to trade Auston Matthews at the draft? I don't know. That could be a wild card that not many people see coming, but I know a lot of the fans have been looking through the forums and that, and there's tons of fans that are really kind of ticked at him because they've heard things surfacing recently that he was only going to sign a 3-4 deal, maybe a 5-year deal. And beyond that, to me, that's just, it's betting on yourself, but it's also hedging based on your age, which is not really in any way favorable to the team. So to me, it's like McDavid and McKinnon are better than Matthews, no offense. It's just a fact. And for Matthews to still sign at 12-7 more than those guys, I'm hearing numbers coming out like 13 mil, 13 and a half for a shorter deal. Like, if you're the Leafs, I think that's insane, or like almost going as far as saying idiotic to do that, because what happens in a couple of years with your other guys, Marner and then Willie and Tavares, it makes all those guys' contracts overvalued and jump up in value way higher than what they're worth. So if you want to stop the dominoes from falling, to me, if he's your first guy, your first priority, he's got to sign 8 at 12.7, or else your team's going to be always facing the same issues over and over and over again. So I think to me it comes down to it doesn't matter what your age is going to be when the 8 years is up. You already signed a bridge deal. If you sign another bridge deal, it's just going to hurt the Leafs in the end, and I think they got to rip off the Band-Aid, unfortunately. Like, I love Matthews. He's an amazing scorer, good guy, but in the corporate world of NHL hockey, you have to make these kind of tough decisions to build a team. And that goes to my topic for my video here is team composition. So I want to say that you need like 6 guys that are muckers and grinders. Tragically, the label of bottom 6 gets put on that. And the other top 6, and bottom 6 being those guys are insanely valuable in the playoffs. You often match off the muckers and grinders against the top line in the playoffs, and those are guys going to retrieve pucks in the corner, huge body checks, putting the fear of God in the defenseman. I always remember that being a D-man, that when you're going back for a puck and it's just lofted in enough that you're going to get hammered. So I think that the Leafs basically need to part ways with Matthews, unfortunately, or Marner, and move on. I think Willie's too valuable in the playoffs, and his shooting, etc. And if you part ways with Matthews and Marner, or both, you can sign Ryan O'Reilly, a bunch of muckers and grinders. You still get a bunch of playmakers probably in return back. They won't be as money greedy, money centric as some of these other guys, and you're going to be able to go all the way and win the cup. So I wanted to do some shout outs like Muskie, JB, Jesse Brown, Chad Marshall. Gilly was kind of a bit of a mucker in there. Bales was a mucker too, but he's a shooter, playmaker. Like 40's a shooter. Like, he had a really hard shot back in the day. I remember him and he could even have played defense in my mind. He had a rocket. And guys like Rocky and Baco, of course, Jumbo, and like Bales. I already said Gilly, I think. I already said Bales. A couple other guys. DJ, Derek Jordan, of course. He's a mucker and grinder. He threw massive hits. A couple other guys. Sorry, I usually have a photographic memory, but I got the team photo in my mind. I checked it before I went, but I got talking about other things. So, sorry if I forgot anybody. I'm not even talking about the defense today. Because, oh yeah, Spicer, sorry. I knew I was forgetting somebody. So yeah, Spice was always a really good playmaker. Pretty sure I already mentioned Rocky, and Bach, and those guys, they were like really good shooters and playmakers. Spicer was a great playmaker too. I don't have the stat sheets in front of me. Harwood, I don't know if I might be repeating names at this point. That's what happens when you're 44. You start to lose your memory a bit. Anyways, got a little goose daycare over here. It's a little cooler out than I thought it would be today. I'm actually, my nose is running a bit, sorry about that. But in my opinion, you gotta basically, you gotta have three cornerstone pieces, three kind of playmaking shooter kind of guys for second line, or to mix in with the first line. Like I said, you need one amazing goalie, one amazing defenseman, and one amazing forward, or two forwards, one defenseman, kind of like a rookie goalie, like a Binnington Murray, or now Aiden Hill, who's done fantastic. Congratulations to him. Looks like they're probably going to win the cup tonight. So I just wanted to post that and talk about team composition and give a shout out to some of the guys from back in the day. And it takes everybody to win a championship. So we were very successful. A lot of people would give credit to Jumbo for most of that, which I'd say is probably true. But we had an amazing team. We were insanely competitive. I remember doing wind sprints first thing, and we all played summer sports together. We played baseball, volleyball. Shout out to Diener, who went to the Olympics. Shout out to DJ Kennington. I played with him. He's like NASCAR. There was a couple other guys. Gearlinks, he went to the pros down in the States. I think he was playing in Georgia for a while. Anyways, it takes a lot of different personalities to win a championship. So I would say spread your money around wisely, and if you're the Leafs this summer, and you'll get there, because if you got guys as the lead dominoes like your Matthews, and you don't deal with that situation, get them locked down for an 8 by 12-7, you're in big trouble in a couple of years. So like I said, some of the fans are starting to resent that as they're hearing he wants to do a short-term deal, and we haven't even heard from him. So maybe he's going to sign an 8-year deal, which I'd love to see. But we'll see what happens after the draft. There's going to be I'd imagine the Leafs are going to use the draft as acquiring futures and picks if they're going to make any of these big moves. That's why I think it's whisper quiet right now. They're probably planning out all these moves, potential draft day moves. And I guess beyond the draft, you're going to have your UFA signings and things like that. So a lot of guys are in limbo, like Ryan O'Reilly, hang in there. Achari, Shen. I've seen a few interviews on TSN and Sportsnet and that, and it does seem like those guys are going to want to sign long term. So here's hoping that they can make the cap space for them. And yeah, we'll see what the team looks like next year. It's probably going to look a lot different. Cheers, everybody. enjoy the cup.